All right. So I've been thinking. I have a birthday coming up, and naturally my parents were like, "What do you want for your birthday?" And I was just like, "Well, I don't know. What do I need? I sit in my room and play video games all day. It's not exactly like I have a high material life. If you get me anything, I simply won't use it. Like the RC car you got me that one time, or the tennis racket, or all of the other sports equipment that I'm just like, just thank you very much. I appreciate this present. I put it in my closet, and then it's put in my closet. End of its life cycle. Anyways, I was thinking about this, and it brought me back to my childhood, and I was sitting here thinking like, I'm like, is this a common thing? Like when your parents sit you down, you're like, okay, well, little Timmy and little John came to your birthday party. Now you have to write them a thank you note for coming to your birthday party. And when I was a kid, I hated this. I was like, brother, this is so lame. This is so lame. Little Timmy and little John, they both got cake, and they got to go to a cool place, like maybe the park, maybe like a little racing rink, like all the cool places you go as a kid, and then you have to write them a thank you note. Like I'm thinking like how many kids and like just overall in the through the course of history were not invited to birthday parties because the host didn't want to write them a thank you note after. Like I swear, imagine the GDP loss because of this effect. Like you can't just do that. You can't just say, you have to write a thank you note, because like I think I did that when I was a kid. I was like, but I don't want to write like 18 thank you notes. So then, oh, maybe this was actually a conspiracy by my parents to have less children at my birthday parties, so then they would save money. That would actually make sense. I think I may have just answered my own question, but like, like I think most parents would be under the impression that your kid having more friends over that. That's a good thing. That's great. That's great. Kid has friends. He's having fun. And everybody's happy, right? Except for the parents who are spending all the money. But you get my point. So I don't know. I was thinking back on that because like, and if somebody didn't write me a thank you, I would just be like, who cares? Who cares? Why would I care whether somebody gives me a thank you note for coming to their birthday party? I mean, like, if I had fun, that's all that really matters. And I'm not going there for their birthday. I'm going there to have a good time. I'm 6 years old. I barely know this guy exists. As far as I'm concerned, the only birthday that matters is me, myself, and I. Right? Like, So I mean, that was my birthday thoughts. But another thing that happened is I met an actual German. On campus. I finally met the German exchange student, and it was kind of lame. Like I was talking to him, and like I don't know, maybe he's just a rich kid, because like I couldn't discern why he came to Germany. Because I was talking to him, and I was like, okay, so he's doing a finance major, right? And he goes to like the University of Finance in Frankfurt, whatever, like the finance city, and like the finance university. So just finance squared basically for this guy. And I was talking to him, and I couldn't figure out exactly why he came here. Because I asked him about the tuition cost. Because I assumed when I was first talking to him that, like the basketball players, he wouldn't have to pay that much tuition because, he got invited or something. But no, he pays the full tuition. So, like, a whole, $8,000 per semester. Because, he even counts us out of state. So he's uber screwed. And he's not getting any parts of his major complete here. So I was thinking to myself, and I didn't mention this to I didn't like say to her face. So are you just like one of those really wealthy people that just has shitloads of money to throw? Like I didn't say that, of course. I'm not that dense. But in the back of my head, I'm just thinking like, under what other reason would you come to America, spend $8,000 or $8,000 a quarter? And he's only here for one course. He's only spending $8,000 in total. But still, my point still stands. And to get none of your majors done, other than to other than to slack off, maybe you just wanted to slack, or the fact that you're rich and you're just like, it doesn't really matter. Like it does. I'm kind of just set for life, and you're like, whatever. I can just go to America, have a good time at number one party university, and then go back to Germany and just be like, guys, you'll never believe what happened in America. Like the stuff they do over here. Like we drink a lot here in Germany, but man, the Americans, in terms of abusing drugs, they got it figured out, guys. They know what's going on. They even have the Mexicans right next door. Have great access to the snow, and I that's the only reason that I could imagine a German coming over here who isn't getting cheaper tuition, and who isn't able to get his college classes done or anything. Like that's the only suitable reason I can find, right? But other than that, it was really cool talking to somebody from Germany, because then I also try to be relatable to him. I was talking about public transportation thing. He's like, I don't know. I'm like, oh, maybe this guy is just so wealthy he doesn't even use public transportation, because like he wasn't agreeing with me at all. He was just like looking at me confused while I was talking about this, and I was just like, a little bit interesting. I mean, like that's like every German's complaint when I talk to them about the U.S. And I'm just like, a little bit sus. This man is a little bit insulated from this, from the fact that there's no public transportation. Interesting. Maybe he just drives on the autobahn every day and finds that the fact that a high-speed rail train going at 300 kilometers an hour is just too slow for him. It's too slow. I mean, on the autobahn, you can just go whatever speed you want. Maybe he has like a full-ass Ferrari or something. I don't know. He seemed a cool guy, but was not able to relate to, which is kind of sad, because the basketball Europeans I wasn't able to relate to, and now this finance European shows up, and I'm not able to relate to him either. And now I'm just kind of confused. I'm just like, oh shit, is there anybody I can relate to? All the Europeans seem to be either way too wealthy to relate to, or way too sporty for me to be able to relate to. But I guess that makes sense, because that's the only two types of Europeans that would actually show up, because everybody else either wouldn't have enough money or wouldn't be getting paid by the school to be there, right? So I mean, I guess by that standard alone, and I guess the Chinese exchange students are different, because I talk to them and they're like, the competition in China, it's so much that if you don't leave, you're just like, well, maybe I just die. Maybe I have to work 17 hours a day just to get rejected, you know? I think that is the main reason why they come over here. At least when I talk to them, because they're like, man, I just didn't want to. I wanted to go to American University. I have the money. Like, they're pretty straightforward about it. Like, I had the money, and I didn't want to deal with the Chinese school system, because apparently the universities are not only worse, and they're also more competitive. So if you're a wealthy Chinese person, it makes sense. But for the Germans, it does not make sense, because the Germans have great universities. They're great. They're amazing. They're very competitive with American universities, and they're free. You can't beat them on the price point. Free versus $8,000 a year. I don't know. I think that's a pretty fair thing. I mean, like, in my economics class, when something is cheaper, that means there's like higher demand for its quantity, which means there's probably more demand for its spot or something, which means that why come to an American university? That second howitzer was just completely wasted. Man, that is a shame. All my teammates, this guy is somewhat popping off. Man, the public lobbies are the best, with just a bunch of random people, because like my stream lobbies, they get sweaty. Like I'm sitting here, I'm just like, man, I look terrible at this game, and then I load up a public lobby, and I'm just like, yeah, this feels good. My ego is being restored every single second as I look. I guess this guy's base is okay. Questionable getting back turbines down here considering there's a wind floor, but this guy's base is okay. This guy's base is also okay. And the double door there, that's interesting. I mean, you can just put like the 4-log. I just that 4-log that is currently a 3-log. Yes. Anyways, can this guy shoot up here? This guy should be able to. I was afraid. Oh, yes, cannon howitzer combo. Usually it goes the other way, but that's okay. That man's got to go. That's a shame. And it was actually shot down. Okay. I'm actually just going to undoor this and just hope that that doesn't get punished. I don't think it will get punished. I mean, that guy probably has 1 cannon, but I imagine that's going to be okay. Ooh. Okay. I mean, 1 cannon is scary, but I imagine you're going to shoot this guy first. I don't even know if he has angle on this base, actually. Actually, I'm just going to remove the doors entirely. Like, 1 door is as good as, like, 0 doors in reality, because either way the cannon dies. Doesn't really matter too much. Go like that. And, definitely won't be punished. I don't see any way this ends up badly for me. The second howitzer was just to intimidate the base, okay? You just don't understand. This howitzer, the gunners saw it and they were too afraid to shoot the first howitzer, and that's why it got through. And any other reason is false, and don't listen to them. Anyways, I can probably just go like another one, keep going like here. A little bit questionable, but I only need the upward. Can I even shoot? Can I even hit top base? Can I play this? I can't play the game. I can't even hit the turbines. No. Please, bro. I want to be able to end the game. Oh no. Maybe I can. Now, my gunners are trying their best. However, the angle they have is kind of ass currently. I could technically delete off. Hold on. This howitzer may be still in play here. You never know. This looks like an angle I could shoot out of. Does this hit the turbines? No. I'll shoot this one a little bit further down. Does that hit the turbines? 2 turbines down. That's what I call value. Even though that man probably is... Why can't they shoot? There's a piece of wood there. Is that all the pieces of wood? If I could actually get a howitzer going on top base, that would be huge. Because howitzers do so much damage. They're so good at just, killing people. Anyways, I should be able to hit him. Fired at like 40%. That's what my intuition tells me. And my teammate shoots it down! Yes! This is exactly what I was looking for. my teammate, he knows that it was actually the tactical move, because then the enemy would have woken up. It would have been a wake-up call to them, and he would have turned on his brain and beat us. That is the reason he shot it down for our own good. You just don't understand the meta plays my teammate is making. I'm gonna fire this again and just watch as he probably shoots it down again, because they are reloaded. Let's see. Does he shoot down the howitzer again? No, but the enemies are dropping the weapons on themselves. Okay. No, this is why he shot it down. He knew that the enemies would start dropping weapons on themselves. It was an intimidation factor that we were letting them live, so then they would kill themselves and end the game. Teammate thinks four steps ahead of I do. He's the ultimate genius. I cannot compare to this guy. Well, anyways, I hope you enjoyed. Maybe catch you next one. See ya.